Hello, Tony Luongo here, artist and co-founder of Smile Create Repeat. In this video, we're going to be taking the drawing we did from episode 1 and inking it in this video using a dip pen and just a bottle of ink. I'm going to show you and explain my thought process and the techniques I used to ink this drawing to create light, depth, and value, contrast, and detail. I'm also going to show you how to vary your line weight by the amount of pressure you put on the dip pen. We'll be creating values using hatching and cross-hatching. So thanks for watching this. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. All right, we have our pencil drawing. I have my Higgins black ink and my dip pen. And if you haven't put your nib in yet or not sure how to do it, be careful, it's sharp. And then it just slides in like that. And that's it. And I got a little bit of ink because I've already been using this. And I have this scrap piece of paper, which I recommend. I shake my ink a little bit every now and then just to make sure it's mixed. I don't know if it separates or anything, but I just do that. And then this has an ink dropper. A little dropper. So I usually take that and just squeeze a little bit on there, usually one drop. And can you see here? There's a lot on there. So then I just shake it like that and then wiggle a little. I'm not dancing, that's just what I do with the dip pen. And then I just start. And this, you'll see, this is gonna be the glass. So I'm gonna want that, and there's a lot of light there, so I want that to be kind of thin. So I want to do light pressure to try to show it's light and breaking up, and my hand's a little wiggly there. But I don't mind that, and part of that is because I can't do anything about it. But no, practice will help with that. And now here, I'm trying to make it show the curve of the what is that? The threads of the light bulb. No, try not to block the camera here for you. And I'm sure you're going to see it. I'm going to forget to shake it and do that, and you're going to see a big glob show up on my picture. And I'll show you how I try to fix that, if I even can. So these are, we got this great dip pen. Oh, and if you got the surprise, this is, well, you can see which nib I'm using. The other one, I'm going to make another video showing the other one. But this is for, I believe, more delicate work. And here I'm trying to be careful not to do too much lines because I don't want it to appear dark, but I'm trying to show some texture and some volume there. And here I'm going thin to fat. And this is about to run out. Yep. But we want you to be able to use this for all of October. So I don't know if you could tell there, but there was a lot of ink that I left on the paper there. So with all that ink there, I grabbed the pen and kind of like pushed that ink to where I wanted it. I didn't make that solid because I like seeing some of the sketchiness to it. You don't need to do that. That's just what I like to do. And here, I made this a little too skinny. Oh, there was some ink too. And here I'm going to draw in a little highlight to make sure I remember to leave it white. And then I'm gonna just fill that in, I think. with some hatching. And the direction I'm going in is to follow the curve of the pencil. Oh, there's a glob of ink there too, so you're going to want to, well, you're not going to want to. I'm going to want to make sure I don't hit that with my hand. And now here, okay, and just adding a little texture to that. And now I'm going to show you some cross hatching for this pencil. I think this goes this way. This is just hatching. I'm just going in one direction. And that was kind of neat how, as it was running out of ink, I was also going lower away from it. And you can also apply less pressure when you get closer to the end, because that's going to be thinner lines, which helps create the illusion of light and dark when you're doing ink, because you only have black and white. You don't have grays like a pencil. But the pencil, this part, is much darker than the inside of it because it's painted. So right now they look the same. So I want to make that darker. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to cross hatch it this way, horizontal there, and we'll see how that looks. And I'm going to try to make sure, or I'm going to make sure, that I get more lines and they're closer together, because that'll make it look darker too. And this is going to get messy because of the ink over there. So now you can see that that pencil, this part here, does look darker than that part. And that's what we were going for. And we could even go across that way, and maybe, and if you break those lines up, and this is very light pressure, because I really want very fine lines, just to add a little more value there, to make that a little darker, and you can see that worked. This piece of the light bulb is metal, so I'm going to leave some room between the black, oh, I ran out of ink, between the black, and I'm just putting a little ink because I want delicate lines here. So between this line and here, I'm just doing some little curves and trying to leave a little bit of white between the line and what I'm doing to show some reflected light. Because that's metal. And I'm going to add that line just to try to add a little more directional. Just so it looks more directional, that's all. Okay. All right, this line is a little jaggedy. I'm going to clean that up a little. I want that a little smoother. And this one. So with this light shining like it is, we want to show the rays of light coming out. So let me see, which way do I want to do it? So I can do it, I want to be thin to thick, so either, or is it easier for me to, or this way, thin to thick, or is it easier for me to do, so that looks like pushing down at the thick part and then lifting as I go. That's how I'm making these lines, and we'll see what happens. And this was a lot of ink. This is just copy paper, and this one's not working. it bleeds, as you can see. So this is Strathmore Bristol board, and it works great. So I have 2 circles, you can see if you can see, and I'm going to try to use those as my guide. And I'm probably going to speed this up for you so you don't have to watch this completely, but I'm going to do some for you. And I'm pulling towards the center, and I'm rotating it so I can kinda, I don't do it all at once, but this might come back to bite me, where if I start getting ink on my hand, which right here it's kinda tricky. And my plan is to have this solid black, and I'm gonna keep like a line right around the pencil, but we'll see. Oh, that one is sloppy. I might be trying to be a little too careful. So there's a certain speed that you want to be doing this at. Faster is usually better because it's going to be a little smoother. Oh, my hands are wiggling. Oh, and that one you can see I ran out of ink there. That was a good one. All right, so that's where we're at now. But you can see that does look like there's some light happening there. So what else we're gonna do is, I'm gonna try to do that again to make it darker just right here. So I'm gonna go, oh, bugger. So, okay, so let me show you something else to do. Holy moly. So I just put a big glob of ink there. Luckily it was in this spot that I'm gonna be using a lot of black there. But now you can pull that. I think I told you that in the video, that I was gonna do that. So there you go, I did it on purpose to show you so you don't make that mistake. That's what I'll say. Except my expression when it happened, I think you know I'd be lying to you if I told you I meant to do that. So I'm going halfway in between each one roughly to make it a smoother transition. And I'm gonna go in and add this line just to give it a nice edge. So you see how you have the curve. You want to be pulling it this way when you're doing it. You don't want to be pushing it this way because the tip's going to get caught and either break or splatter your drawing with all the ink. Finish working on here, and what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to try to draw a line. Ooh, there's a lot of ink on that. Don't do that. Bugger, I did it again. Because I want to keep a line of the paper around the pencil so so you can still see it. It's a style thing. That's up to you if you want to do that. It'd also be nice to blend but if I leave that line, I can always go back in and change it later, but once it's there, I can't get rid of it. So now I'm trying to think of how we should fill this whole area in that's all black, that's all shadow. So I'm gonna start by I'm just putting ink down, bunch in, so very delicate and a little more pressure, again following the lines of the light rays that I have on there. And this I'm just scratching in or sketching in. I'm not worrying so much about the width of the lines. And if you were like on a comic book, if this wasn't done on a computer, but back in the day, this would be done with a brush. It'd be marked off and you just fill it in with a brush. but I'm going to try to come up with some ways to show a little more texture in there for you, for me, for you, and then some more cross hatching. Should have made that frame a little smaller so I'd have less to ink, but I think this is going to look good. And I think I said it in the drawing video of this, but I want to mention it here too, that for Smile, Create, Repeat, the art supply subscription box I run, we are having our 6-year anniversary in October. So we have a special, every month is special, but we have an extra special surprise for subscribers. You're all gonna get a great thank you for being with us and helping us make this happen, because we couldn't do it without you. We know that, we appreciate it, so thank you. And we put our money where our mouth is, and we're gonna make that box a little extra to say thank you. So if you are a subscriber, thank you. If you're not, it is a good one, and to give us a try, so please do so. And then when you love it, be sure to tell your friends, family, give it as gifts come Christmas, and makes great birthday presents also. So as you can see, I think this is called hatching. Because I'm trying to teach you all the things not to do. That's why I keep making all these mistakes. That is true. But I'm also not worried about it, because I think I'm gonna make a lot of that very dark anyway. So like this glove might not be great there, and maybe this one, but this one here and this one down here, it's not gonna matter much, because it's gonna be all covered anyway. So as you can see, this is light, medium, dark. But now it's light, medium, a little darker, and then back to medium all the way here. So we'll need to make that a little darker. And I'm going to show you another way to cross hatch, where I'm going to follow the contours of the circle of the light, because I think that's gonna, and I'm going to try to stay out of this inner ring a lot, just because I want that to stay kind of light, but I'm going to put a bunch more as I go farther out, and then a lot more when I get closer to the bottom. And this is cross hatching, so if you just go at different angles, that's just going to hide the white of the paper and make your ink darker. And I try to build it up. So how I'm just doing it here, but I'm not trying to get too dark, so I'm just adding some in and keeping my wrist goes this way, so I'm trying to keep that at the center, so it kind of follows the arc of the light. And I'm going to be doing a lot more down here, so I know that, but that kind of adds like a radiant look. And now if I keep, so now I've done that. So let me add some more, maybe from here down. From there I'll add them, and that'll make it darker. And I'm trying to keep my hand off my inky drawing. This ink dries pretty quick, but not that quick. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking at is there more light than other spots. And now my pen is very light on ink, so it's making some very fine lines. That's why I'm going into... So what do you think? I think we're done. So again, this is Tony Luongo from Smile, Create, Repeat. A nice dip pen and ink drawing. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you had fun. That's the most important thing. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Have a great month, and remember to smile, create, repeat. Hello, Tony Luongo here. Hello, Tony Luongo here, artist and co-founder of Smile, Create, Repeat. And we'll be creating values using hatching and cross-hatching. Hello, Tony Luongo here.